On the very first morning of her self-imposed 100-day litter-picking challenge, Mia woke up to a sky brushed with pale gold and a light breeze carrying the scent of wet grass. She tied her hair into a loose ponytail, slipped into her bright yellow hoodie, and grabbed her reusable trash bag and gloves. This was not just about cleaning the streets, it was about finding the little stories hidden in discarded things. She believed every object, no matter how forgotten, had a fragment of someone's life embedded in it. Her first day's discovery was something she could hardly believe, a giant plush duck. It was nearly as tall as her waist, with soft yellow fabric slightly dulled by dust, and a bright orange beak that looked like it had been smiling forever. Its eyes, shiny black buttons, seemed to follow her. She imagined it once belonged to a child who hugged it every night, or perhaps it was a carnival prize someone couldn't carry home. She dusted it off, and the duck instantly became her companion, riding in her cart for the rest of the day like a quiet, oversized friend. On day 7, the summer heat was relentless. While walking near a playground, Mia found something amusing: a perfectly shaped plastic ice cream cone, pink swirl on top, still smelling faintly of strawberry-scented plastic. It was just a toy, yet holding it made her smile. She imagined a little girl playing shopkeeper, selling imaginary ice creams to her friends. Now, it was just another piece of forgotten plastic, but in her hands, it felt like a tiny piece of joy salvaged from the dust. The days went on, and her collection of oddities grew. On day 14, tucked beneath a park bench, she found a small gift box wrapped in red paper and tied with a silver ribbon. The paper was slightly crumpled, but the bow remained perfectly intact. Inside, she found a single handwritten note that read, "For when you need a reason to smile." No name, no date, just a quiet mystery. She kept the box on her shelf at home, wondering if the intended recipient ever knew about the gift that never reached them. Perhaps the most magical find came on day 23. In the grass beside a quiet pathway, she spotted something white peeking through. Pulling it out, she gasped. It was a bridal bouquet, slightly wilted but still elegant. White roses and soft baby's breath were bound with satin ribbon. She could almost see the bride who once carried it, walking toward her future. Why was it here? Was it lost during the wedding photos or thrown away after a celebration ended? Mia decided to dry the flowers and keep them in a vase, letting them tell their silent love story from her windowsill. Her journey was not just about cute or beautiful finds. She often collected cans, plastic wrappers, and broken glass, things with no charm, just responsibility. But every so often, the universe rewarded her with something extraordinary. By day 35, her apartment had transformed into what she jokingly called the Museum of Lost Things. The plush duck sat in the corner like a guardian, the toy ice cream cone rested on her desk, the red gift box lay on a bookshelf, and the bouquet stood in its vase, dried yet dignified. Friends began to join her occasionally. They were amazed at what could be found when one paid attention. Mia taught them that litter picking was not just about cleanliness, it was about connection. Every object told a story. A chipped teacup found near the river whispered of rainy mornings and steaming tea. A broken pair of sunglasses reminded her of summer afternoons by the beach. A single ballet shoe hinted at rehearsals, applause, and dreams. By day 50, her social media account had gained thousands of followers. People tuned in daily to see her newest find. She never staged anything, her treasures were all discovered during genuine cleanup walks. She gave each item a short, poetic caption, turning trash into tiny tales. From waste to wonder, one commenter wrote. Mia liked that phrase, it captured her mission perfectly. Her most unusual discovery came on day 62, a small tin box shaped like a heart, filled with marbles. The marbles were all different swirls of green, blue, and amber, and each one sparkled in the sunlight. She imagined them rolling across a schoolyard decades ago, their owner now grown up, unaware that their childhood game pieces had survived time and neglect. Holding them made her feel like she was touching a fragment of another era. There were days when she found nothing remarkable, only endless plastic bottles and cigarette butts. Those days tested her patience. But then came days like day 78, when she discovered a wind-up toy bird that still worked. She wound it, and the little bird hopped across her table, chirping a tinny tune. She laughed so hard she nearly cried. By the time day 90 arrived, Mia's apartment was brimming with rescued memories. The giant duck now wore a small scarf she'd found on day 81. The toy ice cream cone had a matching cup she discovered on day 89. The bouquet had been joined by a second bunch of flowers, wild daisies she'd found wrapped in paper, perhaps abandoned after a picnic. The final day, day 100, was bittersweet. She took a long walk through the city, retracing many of her favorite routes. She picked up bottles, wrappers, and bits of paper. Then, as if the world wanted to give her a parting gift, she found a small snow globe lying in the grass. Inside was a tiny lighthouse surrounded by glitter snow. She shook it, and the flakes swirled slowly around the beacon, as though time itself had paused. It felt like a symbol of her journey, quietly lighting the way through forgotten corners. That night, Mia lined up her most treasured finds and took a photo: the duck, the toy ice cream, the gift box, the bouquet, the marbles, the toy bird, the snow globe. They were more than objects. They were evidence that beauty and meaning could survive even in the most unexpected places. Her 100-day challenge had not just cleaned her city, it had cleaned something inside her, too. She realized she had been collecting more than trash. She had been collecting stories, and in doing so, she had found her own.